Hey everybody, welcome back to today's video. Unfortunately, this is a remake to the same video that I just released earlier this week, but for some reason, I haven't had this happen before. The entire video, about halfway through, just went wonky, and the screen that I was sharing, just for whatever reason, just stopped sharing as I was capturing it. Didn't notice that until a couple of viewers hit me up and said, "Hey, dude, your video is like whacked." I'm like, okay. Dang. And so here we are again recording this. But in any event, this is a standard, normal, regular HTML file with embedded JavaScript and also embedded CSS. So if we take a look at this, we can see here is our CSS. And if we scroll down quite a bit, we can see here is our JavaScript. And if we scroll down a little bit further, here is our regular normal HTML with ties back to the JavaScript and ties back to the IDs and stuff that give us the styling. So the point here is that this action of this form for just a regular normal standard form outside of the Power Platform is going to use a Power Automate flow, and it is going to post the data from the form to the Microsoft Power Automate flow. And then we're going to capture that information, and then you're going to see all of this come through and work. But in order to get this flow up inside of here, we are going to have to import this. So I do have on GitHub, let me just pop over there real quick. GitHub, go to here. Always click on the wrong thing. Click on here. We're going to come down to, what is it here? Custom code to Power Automate. And we only have these 3 files. Just go ahead and download these 3 files. You'll get them down here in your local. So this is the Power Automate flow. This test.html is the file that you just saw me working through, which is this purple guy right here. And then the image file is just my logo that you need to swap out for your logo. And then you'll just, hopefully you know how to do HTML or JavaScript, and you can deal with that. Now, if you don't know how to work with JavaScript, CSS, and HTML, you can use ChatGPT or you can use LM Studio. By the way, I have a brand new book out for Generative AI and LM Studio, which is a desktop app that allows you to install it on Windows, Mac, or Linux. It's not my application. LM Studio is a really cool piece of software, but the point is it works on all of your desktops. And there's a free copy up here on my GitHub. If you come out here in the same area and you download this Finally-AI for Everyone, you can get access to this book. If you want a print copy, you can click in this link. It's only $10. Helps support the work. Otherwise, this is a free copy for you to use. Anyway, you can use Generative AI, which is what I did when I created this file. And so you can use Generative AI to add new fields and things of that nature. And you plug in all of the different various code and you say, listen, I want to add this field and then I need to update my Power Automate. This is what it is. This is what I needed to accomplish. And you can work your way through this to customize this form a little bit further depending on your skill level. Otherwise, if you know how to code, great, have at it. And this is just going to be a simple video to show you how to simply use Power Automate to capture the form. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import a legacy package, which is that zip file. And we're going to come to this screen and then get rid of this. I don't know what all this pop-up, go away. And we're going to click upload, and then we're going to come over here down to our repo, which is where we have stuff, custom code. There's our zip file. We're going to upload that. It's pretty small, so it should happen pretty quick. And there's not much, if anything, to configure other than just hit import when this thing comes through. All right, so we got that there. Now this says update. We need to change this to create new. All right, so we're going to hit save. That is the only change that you need. Just make sure that the import setup is created as new and just click import. And then your package will be installed. Now, when this thing gets installed, which it has, we should be able to come over to My Flows and we should see this here. Now, a couple things we need to do. Click into it. We need to turn it on. And now it's on. And now come over here to edit, because what you need to do is click on manual, and let's describe a little bit or walk you a little bit through what's going on here real quick. So in here, this is the JSON body schema. So when you do an HTML post, in this code for the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it is going to post to this endpoint right here, okay? And what we need to do is copy out this endpoint right here. And so I'm going to copy this out. I'm going to replace this whole line of code, except let's not grab the method post, just everything inside these quotes, okay? See how we got quote, quote? So you just replace everything in the action between the two double quotes, and we're going to paste that URL in. Make sure you didn't screw that up. Make sure there's no spacing or any wonky weirdness. Okay, so here's your Power Automate flow. So this is good here. And this script right here is what's being sent from the form. So if you do need to change these fields, which I'm hoping you will change it, this is just a very basic form, you'll need to add all of your fields to that. And then down here in the compose, I wanted to show you a little bit of, I guess, funniness is probably a good way to say it. Here, let's do this here. I want to try to choose a dynamic field, and I'm going to choose the first name. Now, I'm going to hover over it so you can see. See how it says trigger body? And then you got a function with open close parentheses, and then you use the question mark, and then it says first name. The problem is this fails. And the reason that it fails is because when you get an HTTP post coming in from the way that it is, what it does do, I'm sorry about all the pop-ups here. Turn this stupid thing off. Let's see, turn off for this site. I just want to turn it off for this site so I don't get those pop-ups. Anyway, taking too much time. So right here, I want you to notice the form, the $ form data. Okay, this is an object inside of the trigger body. So if you look, like if you try to run this at, if you just try to run this with first name and everything using dynamic, it's going to not fail, but you're not going to get any data. And the reason for that is because there is a nested array called $ form data. And then we need to use the 0, which is the first element or item in the array of form data, which is the first name. And we just need to get the value. Okay, so just know that I could have gone ahead and did a select statement here to go through all of this there. And then I could have chosen dynamic data using the select, but I'm going to let that up to you to determine how you want to do it. I just had something quick, down and dirty, but the main takeaway here is that when you post the form data, it comes in this nested array under the body called form data, and inside of there is your form data that's been posted out. And so you need to go through there to get all of that. So just make note of that. You can handle it however you want. I assume you know how to use Power Automate pretty well by now. This is more definitely an advanced topic for Power Automate, even though it's a very, very, very simple flow. It is an expression, and some people shy away from that kind of stuff. But in any event, there's a bunch of super cool things that you can do with all this. I am not going to save this. We're just going to leave this the way that it is. And because I updated the form data in the form, I should be able to just go ahead and fill this out. We'll just put my name and some junk in here. That's not really an email, but that's fine. We'll put any old junk. Okay, and it is doing some validation. So let's just put a real email and hit submit. Okay, here we go. We've got the form was successfully submitted. If we come back over here to Power Automate and we refresh all runs here and go to here, we can see that we've got a successful run. We click into the run. Let's go down to the compose because that's the important part, right? I want to see that form data come through. And so here we go. Here are the inputs. Here's first my name, and all of the fields came through with the contact. And so you can see that, imagine the possibilities because of all the really cool stuff. Obviously, you're going to process it, send emails, send it to Dataverse, send it to different places that you want to deal with it. But lo and behold, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoy this. Have a great day. Bye-bye.